that is depending upon the habitat or the place where they grow. If we see this page number 22 in your textbook, here they gives us some question, that is the can you tell which questions are they given. We see the one by one all of this question. Okay, where does the pomegranate shrubs grow, and where do second question is where does the lotus grow. Third question is where do the bulrushes, the railroad creeper grow, and where does the dodder plant grow. Means here they gives us some plants and ask the question for at which places these plants are grow. So here if we find out the answer for all these question, we get the all these plants are grow at a different places. For example, if we see the lotus grow on a water, then also we see the pomegranate shrub, these are grow on a earth surface or on the land. Okay, so in this way all these plants are grow at various places on the earth surface. Some are in the water, some are on the land, some are the aerial plants. Okay, some are float on the water, some are deeply grow inside the water. So in that way various plants are grow at a different places. So depending upon their place at which they grow, they are also classified. This, that is the next classification is depending upon the place or habitat at which they grow. So here we see different plants growing in a different places around us. Plants can be classified according to their habitat or the place where they grow. So on which places we can find out the these plants, that is the land, water, marshy areas, deserts, and even in a big tree are the various habitats of plants. So this also we see the examples of these plants by the image. See here, according to the habitat, the plants are found on which part on the land, sorry, on the earth, that is the on land we see some trees. Okay, big trees are found. Most of the plants are found on the land, but some of the plants are also found in the water, as like we see the lotus. Okay, and some are at a marshy places. Marshy places means the nearer to the water bodies. Okay, nearer to the water bodies. Also some plants are found on a water surface, and also some plants are found in a desert like this, not this. These are the marshy places like this and this. These are the marshy places. Marshy places means the place which are nearer to the water bodies like lake, river, pond. Okay, so on that place also some plants are grow, and some plants are grow in the deserts. Deserts means which in which earth surface is covered by sand. So according to this habitat or place, these plants also classified. If we see these images, you can understood on which type of surface or place the plants are grow. So here you see this image also, that is in your textbook. Okay, they also gives us the plants which are grow in water, that is which are grow on the land. If we see these plants are grow in a water, some plants grows in a desert, and some plant grow on the land surface. So here by using your brain power you should find out the answers of this question. First one is why does the water hygiene float on the water. So here uh, depending upon their adaptation, means some plants have adaptation means they have some changes in their body to survive in that surrounding. So such due to such adaptation, hygiene, that is it is a plant, hygiene plant is found in the water. So why does the water hygiene float on the water. So you can find out this answer also. Why is the stem of the cactus is fleshy. If we see the cactus, why this stem of the plant is cactus plant is fleshy. So you can find out why the different criteria, what different criteria are used to classify plants. Means among these or uh, out of these we see the some more another criteria which is useful for finding out the classification of plants. Means another factors or another things, by using these facts we can also classify the plants, that is depending upon the nature of flower, nature of fruits, also depending upon their nature of their body parts, that is leaves, fruits, flowers. So depending upon that factor also we can classify the plants in detail. Okay, so here we complete our first part in the third lesson, that is the classification of plants and its diversity. Okay, I hope you understand all these concepts for this first part. That is, here we complete the classification of plants and which part, that is the diversity. I again explain which part we complete here. First we see the diversity in plants, means we see various types of plants are seen on the earth surface, that is in the water, on the earth surface, inside the water also we know the our earth is covered by various types, that is some at the earth surface it is very hilly regions, at uh, in earth surface it is covered by the snowy region. Okay, also some forests are there, some water bodies also there. So depending upon the climate, the plants are observed in all that climate or geographic region are different. So here we see uh, vast variety in the plants, that is it is due to the arrangement of this geographical condition we see the diversity in plants on the earth surface. Also we see the which factor, by this factor we can classify the plants. Here we see some the method of nutrition in plants, means in which way the plants get their nutrition, that is depending upon that factor we also classify the plant, that is the autotrophic plant, heterotrophic plant and insectivorous plant. Also we see the next point, that is we see the structure of plants. In structure of plant we see the all body organs of the plants. Which are they? Out of this, flower is the most important part of the plant, because it have a function of reproduction, means it have ability to reproduce the similar plant uh, for the new. Okay, so here the structure of plant, here mostly the plant is divided into two parts, that is the part which is present on the upper surface of the earth, and part which is underground the earth surface. So here underground the earth surface we know which is the part is there, that is the root, and upper surface contain the stem, the flower, the leaf and the fruit. And also we study about the types of leaves. Leaves are also of two types, that is a simple leaf and compound leaves. Also we see the types of root, that is the mostly plants contains two types of root, that is the tap root and fibrous roots. And also we see the various types of flowers which are bear on a plants, and after flowering these flower get converted into fruit. And also we see the main important part of the plant, that is the stem. Stem is a very important plant because it gives support to the other parts of the plant, that is the fruit, leaves and flowers. These are all present on the stem, that is on the branches. Means stem also gives support to the branches, leaves and fruits, flowers. So it is very important part. And another function of stem is also it supply the nutrition and water to the all parts of the plant. So in this way we also study the structure of plant. Okay, again we see the why there is a need of classification of plants, because we see the diversity in plant. For the convenient to study all these plants which are present on the earth surface, there is a need of classification. Okay, so Carlos Linnaeus made a first scientist, that is it made a classification of plants. Okay, initially he developed this classification for the plant. So here we see in which way classification of plants. First we see depending upon the height and size of the stem, also size of the tree, depending upon that these plants are classified into trees, shrubs, then vines, climbers, creepers. Okay, depending upon the size and height. And another type, it is depending upon the life cycle of the plants. These are classified into three, that is the annual plant, biennial plant and perennial plant. And again in the last we see depending upon the flowers, they are classified into two, that is the flowering plant and non-flowering plant. And last we see depending upon the habitat and the place at which they grow, also they are classified, that is the plants in the water, plants in the desert and plants on the land. So in that way we see the classification of plants. Okay, So here we complete our first part.